life can be tough, so I need you more and more. You need to stay with me all night.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First down 10 at their own 28-yard line.
On the jump. Go, check. Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass is incomplete. Jackson Smith-Njigba, the one he was after there. And now it's second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
A gain there of 21 yards.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Seahawks are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Get it.
They're going to look to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready. Hey, check that. Street. Ready.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake. Now Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And it's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Penix. This pass is caught by London. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Robinson up the middle. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Seahawks much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
To the air, Penix. Flush to his right. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
Caught by Woods. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jelani Woods, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. You talk about this Falcon defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now it's 2nd and 10. It's Robinson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 37. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the first. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On the bootleg, it's Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here's Penix. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
2nd and 3. He'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Shedding the tackle. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Falcon football.
41-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. But these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
2nd and 10. play action here with Penix. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
70 Lions.
Looking to throw, Penix. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now 2nd and 5.
18, fight in. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready,
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Back to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Ryland up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Penix. Wide open receiver, complete. Big strides, look at him go. And finally down at the 9-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
And looking to throw, Penix. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. And now an audible here into something else. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Robinson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your two-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
They are going for it. Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. Let's see what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. Goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
Ready. Blocking 8.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
18, hide in.
Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on 3rd down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Jamison Williams. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jamison Williams, 98 yards. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. In motion goes the tight end. They'll throw with Penix. And his throw is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Takes it inside the 40. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. All to give. Here's Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Penix working out of the gun here. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run. And that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Off play action. Here's Penix. Steps away. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Okay, ready? Traffic! Ready? Cougar Knight, 60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats! Ready?
They'll throw that on the final play. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And getting this just shy in midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Short throw caught by Pitts. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. eluding the pressure right.
He's got his man, London, right side.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Warrior 70.
Now Penix. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Back
to throw now on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. In motion, the tight end.
To the air, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson.
He is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On play action, they'll throw. Going for a right side here, complete.
He's to the 15.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Let's go. 70 Lions.
Second and 1.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On third down, Robinson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Divine Diablo there to make the stop. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a second and 10.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Well, we'll get this one out to about the 39 here. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Let's Buffalo 18. 70 Lions. Ready,
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Here's Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Go! Ready.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Ready? Panthers 60. Panthers 60. Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 24 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Come on. Hey.
Throwing Jones. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hand off now to Robinson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Ready?
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
70 Timberwolves. Dragon 60. 79 Broncos. Go.
Now Jones. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
On the ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
60 by 6.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Ready.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
They've got to find a way to create a turnover or take away. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's good for a Seahawks.
Down to the ground. Here's Walker. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Repeat of the last play, found Walker. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. Back to throw. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad jokes, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the deep blanket his receivers. That's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over. So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as he'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. There's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
60 Maverick. 70
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready, right?
And they'll indeed take a knee. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Cougar 19.
And they take a knee. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Get it. Viking 18. Ready.
Walker. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
And in this situation, a field goal doesn't help you a whole lot, but I think you've got to take it because I think you're a little too far back to go for it on fourth down. But we also know the offensive coordinator's in the head coach's ear trying to talk him into going for it right here.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So on is the kicker, Chad Ryland, in a big spot.
This to get the lead up to 4. And his kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
They'll come up, 1st and 10 here.
Drop 19. Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80, 19 Riot.
Here's Jones. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Run with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Jones.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the